So this is actually attempt number 2 at filming this video, because the first time I filmed it, I had the microphone off. I came and sat down to edit it and realized, so yeah, I'm an idiot. Being made redundant from my office job and wanting to make streaming and content creation something full-time has really made me think about money and costs of streaming a lot. And when you first start streaming, there is a butt ton of stuff to pay for. Your computer, your webcam, your capture card, the list just goes on and on. And once you've paid for all that hardware, a lot of people head straight over to a designer for custom scenes and overlays. I blew hundreds on designs back when I had the money to do that, and I'm only just now finding out that you can get a load of amazing stuff for your stream completely for free. So today I'm challenging myself to remake my stream completely for free. The challenge is going to involve making 4 scenes. We want a start and soon screen, a be right back screen, game scene, and a just chatting scene. The rules around these scenes are that they need to have a common theme, not be just a mishmash of random, and bonus points if we can get these scenes to have my kind of colors. So my colors are kind of purple, pink, and blue. In addition to the scenes, we're also looking for alerts that are on theme, a stinger transition, and custom panels. So these are the rules of the challenge. The overlays, widgets, and alerts have to be completely free. We can't have any subscriptions or one-off overlay pack charges. I'm not allowed to use any paid software, so I can't use Photoshop or After Effects to make anything custom in there. My PC and my mic and my camera are allowed because this is a software challenge. We're not going to have to go and get all those for free. That would be really difficult. We can use assets made by other creators as long as they are completely free and easily available. Let the challenge begin. So the first place that we are going to look for free resources is going to be Stream Elements, and the reason for that is that Stream Elements offers the biggest selection of free overlays. I'm going to try and go for animated. The only thing that you can find with animated is it can look a bit over the top, so we're just going to need to kind of scale that back. So once you found an overlay that you like, you just need to click it and then click create my overlay, then give it a name. I'm going to call that free, and then it will download all of your different overlays. So you can see we've actually got 5 here, so we've got one more than we actually need. So we're going to start off with our game screen. So the way that Stream Elements works is it has lots and lots of different elements, and they all work together in this little editor here, which actually turns into a browser source. If you click that link there, that's how you get the browser source for this. So this is just the overlay as is. So there's a lot of this that we're going to change. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this horrible cam border because it's just too over the top. So what I intend on doing is getting rid of this whole top section, and then we're going to minimize this bottom section here as well. We're going to keep the alerts in there. So now we're going to go on a mass deletion moment. I would like to show my top tipper and also my top cheerer. That's what I have in my current bottom bar. So I'm going to take this cheer icon and move it over to where it says latest follower, because we're going to put cheerer here. Use the arrow keys to just kind of position it. Then we're going to delete out all of this extra stuff that we don't need. We're going to change these headers. We just changed that to top tipper. So we'll change that to cheer champion. So if we just add in a new element, and then we add in a label, and then we add in tips, and then top tipper, all-time top tipper. Perfect. That's my top tipper. And then we've also got my cheer champion, so we need to amend that one as well. So we're going to add in another new element. It's going to be a label, and then it's going to be bits, and then all-time, and then top cheerer. That's looking good. Emulate, let's emulate a raid. Just move that up very slightly so there's not that white gap. Get that nice and central. I'm just going to save that scene there. Then we're going to copy the link to it, and then we're going to add it over into our gameplay scene. Perfect. So the tool that we're going to use for our camera border is going to be this tool here, and this is by the Woo. So if I go for like 800 and then 450, yeah, maths. There's a lot of different effects you can add on this. I'm going to do two-tone. And the way that you can amend the color is with this hue button here. So if we can go for like maybe blue and pink, let's just make that a little bit smaller because now it's officially too big. So now I'm just going to add in my webcam, put that behind there. What we're going to do now is we're going to add in some overlay widgets. One of these overlay widgets is a widget that you can pick up for free by jumping over into Harris Heller's Discord. Go over into the designs and sound section. You can find this here, the alpha rotating feed. So I'm just going to add this in here as its own source, as I've already set that up over on Stream Elements. The next widget that I'm going to add is a widget that I actually made using Mix It Up art and some custom HTML. Mix It Up subgoals small. There we go. Perfect. That is our game scene. If I jump us over to just chatting, for this one, I'm just going to add in my massive camera. Now, I'm hoping that what we can do is we can create like an upper and lower section for this. So let's just jump back over into our overlays, and then we can see our just chatting screen here. I'm going to duplicate it because I'm going to have two different scenes. One's going to have the alerts in it and one's going to have the background in it. Let's just duplicate that for this alert. What I'm going to do with this, guys, is I'm just going to delete everything apart from the alert box. So let's save that. So I'm going to copy that out and we're going to pop this into our new just chatting screen. So if we try a tip event, yeah, that looks good. Right on top of me. Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to do is go back down to our just chatting screen. Now, again, we're going to go through a process of deleting a lot of stuff. We're basically just looking for the background. Let's save that. So we're going to actually put this in twice. I'm going to add in a browser and we're going to call this SE Upper. The reason why this needs to be two pieces, guys, is because of that awkward middle section. Hello. What we're going to do with this is we're going to add a filter onto it. We're going to add a crop to it. We're going to want to take the top piece. So I'm going to take the max that I can from the top. 80. Yeah, it's perfect. So that's our top section. Now I think that is a little bit too much, so I'm going to push that up a little bit more. Next thing that we want to do with this is that we want to add another filter onto it. Color correction filter. Opacity, reduce that down a little bit. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put another browser source in, and this is going to be SE lower. We're going to add in exactly the same link, but we're just going to crop it differently. So if we just take the upper and we copy the filters and we pop those onto the lower, but we don't want to crop it in the same place. We want to make it so it's the lower down piece. If we just go into the filters there and go into the crop, then at the bottom we want a 0. The top piece is where we want to crop from this time. I think it's gonna be 880. Yeah, perfect. We're going to create two little lines just to sort of sync these in together. We're going to do a color source. Okay, let's do that as a height of 5 pixels. So the actual is 0246255. Just move it here. We just need to do a pink one now. Add ourselves another color source. So the pink RGB was 2413,187. And now we want that height to be 5 pixels, I think we went for last time. Basically what I'm doing here is just bringing in those bright colors again, just so that they are linking in with the rest of the overlays, so that we're not creating a scene here that's totally different to the other ones. So let's add like a monitor screen in, and then we'll use that same cam border that we had earlier. Pop that over here. There we go. That's looking good. We just trigger some alerts. That is again on my head. So let's just move that over somewhere else. I think if we have it so that it's directly above this, then it's not going to be in my face. I'm going to trigger it again just to test it. But what we can do, guys, if you want a social media pop-up on your just chatting scene, is you can actually get this for free via Nerd or Die. You basically just need to check out as if you're paying for something, but it won't charge you anything at all. Now, you just need to download these files, and then once that's downloaded, if you just hit show in folder, and then you're going to want to extract the whole file here. If you just go into the readme section and let that open up in your browser, you'll see that you have several things that you need to set up. So this section here is where you add your different socials and your links. We're going to add in YouTube, then we are going to add in Instagram. My YouTube is just Solsey. My Twitter is Solsey Live, and my Instagram is just Solsey Live. So there's two things that we need to download here. There is the images and then there is the settings. So if we download the image first, we need to jump all the way into settings and images, and then we need to download the settings in exactly the same place. So after we've done that, we need to do the appearance and timing section. This is where you set up your animation style and also your colors. So the pause time is that in between each network. So I think 3 seconds is enough. I have this set to 0, so otherwise the whole alert will disappear after it's finished its rotation. Then once you've done that, again, it's going to be the same thing where you got to download this and then pop it into your settings file. Now what we need to do in OBS is we need to add in a browser source. This is a local file, so we can either have it to the left or to the right, this is where the icon sits. So if we go for the right one, I think that's looking pretty good as is. The only other thing that you could do is you could add in a chat box in this area here. We can do that via stream elements, create blank overlay, stream tools, your streamed chat, text settings. I think we'll just go back to white and then we'll put a shadow on it. We just save this. There it goes. There's the chat. Look at my tests go. I actually managed to find a free stinger transition from Nerd or Die. In a lot of these packages, we get free extras. Now, on Retrowave, which is the one that looked most like this kind of style that we're going with today, we actually got a whole bunch of free stinger transitions. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. What we're going to do with this is we're going to keep the chat in, but we're going to take out the chat box because we're going to add in our own chat box. I'm not going to keep the top or bottom border. Let's just save that. So we're going to use one of Harris Heller's new stream beat songs for our countdown. Something that we're going to use is called White Lotus. So what we need to do is change that timer just so that it matches up with the length of the song, which is also going to play when the scene starts. So we want to set this to the length of your song. So for me, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. So we're going to delete hours out because we're not going to be having hours before we start our stream. What we need to do with this as well, guys, is just make sure in properties that it is being shut down and refreshing when we go into the scene. So now that's set to 240, and whenever we go out and then back in again, it's going to reset itself, which is what we're looking for. Now we need to add in our chat box because obviously we took our other chat box out. That looks a lot better, way better than it did before because it's not too over the top. I think the chat box on the original screen was a little bit overkill. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in a song for this screen. So the way that we do this is with you can either do a VLC video source or a media source. I'm going to do VLC video source. Then I'm going to grab the song. I'll show you guys where you can actually find this. If you go again into Harris's Discord, if you go into this stream beat section here, you can actually download all of his music from there. So the best thing to do with this to get the volume right is I go into the advanced sound options and then I just set this to monitor and output. We've just got to get our BRB screen done. So what we're going to do with this one is we're just going to add a playlist of music and add some files from this album. We loop the playlist or we actually shuffle the playlist. It might be a good idea as well, so that it's not the same all the time. So then if we go again into advanced audio properties and we select monitor and output, then what we're going to do is we're going to add in our BRB scene from stream elements. So the only thing that we need to do here is, again, we need to delete out all the junk that we don't need. Okay, cool. That is done. Let's copy that and pop it into our BRB screen. So we just need to spam my chat again with some guff so I can see where I need to put my box. And we can use the same browser source that we already added in from before. I grab this and put it over there. So the very last thing that we are going to do is we're going to make ourselves some panels. Now this again is a totally free tool from Nerd or Die. It's a basic panel design where you've got an icon. You can either have that on the right or the left. Then you've got text. So we can open the icon picker. I think we'll start with that. Why would you put Mixer in here? Mixer died. Did no one tell you? There's a limitation on icons here. I would like to be able to upload my own. Oh, I can. That's cool. The only problem is that when I make icons, I use Photoshop, so I can't really make any icons without cheating on this challenge. I'm just gonna put I don't know, a heart in there just as an idea. So we want the font to be Anton. I think Anton works really nicely for panels. Okay, colors, let's set that there. Let me try the pink. I'm going to make the pink the background and I'm going to put purple on the right. That was my idea. If I just change this to about me, save panel image. Okay, right, so I save these as a ping. I see. So that's my about me, that's my Instagram, that's my merch, those are my roles, that's my schedule, my sub rewards, tips, Twitter, YouTube. We've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 panels totally for free. I'm actually really pleased with how this came out, I wasn't sure how it was going to go with like chopping up the chatting overlay, but I think it came out a lot cleaner. Streaming in general is moving towards a more simple style. I hope that you guys found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. 51% of you are not subscribed, so if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it would help me out a lot. Just a reminder, I do stream over on Twitch every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Link in the description box below. I will see you guys next week. I love your faces. Bye guys. I've got my Xbox controller. I ordered a purple one to go with my purple stuff, but it's still not arrived, and I'm starting to think it's a knockoff because it's taken such a long time to arrive. Skyrim. Gotta rim that sky. I mean, what?